Afternoon everyone, here we are Thursday. That's my drumming tonight, so I'll be going out making all the noise for support all the NHS worker and everyone who's doing their best to keep us safe and healthy these days. So today cooking, not much of a cooking, it's all more of making things. Okay, so today I'm making hummus, which is a very traditional Middle Eastern food, very healthy and very good for you. High in fiber, good protein, good source of energy, no fat whatsoever, and it's good for when you're in the dark mood, when you're feeling miserable. It kind of pick you up, cold food. So I'm using 3 ingredients: chickpeas already cooked, very cheap, 30p a tin, 2 of those. If you can get hold of this, it's called tahini, Middle Eastern sesame seed paste. It's quite good, healthy for you. And some lemon juice. So drain it out of the water in the food processor. It's as simple as that. Careful with these, they're quite sharp. They go to the recycling bin. To that I'm gonna add about 2 juices of lemon, or if you have no fresh lemon, as there is none in the supermarket, a bit of lemon juice will do the job. That should be about it. I can taste after and add to it. I'm gonna process it. It's very thick paste, so adding a bit of cold water, it helps loosen it. Just make sure it's very nice and smooth. Keep adding water if needs to, because it needs to be working really hard. Try to get everything inside, so scrape it down, back on. So the initial one that's ready, you can do it as fine or as coarser as you want. Now adding this, you need about 200 gram of the sesame paste. You can find it in most supermarkets these days. If not, a lot of the Asian shop will store this. Add that. And the trick that nobody knows, ice cube. So I'm gonna add about 4 ice cubes, and what ice does is gives it that shiny whiteness to the color. So back to it, I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to it. Always measure. So I need about a teaspoon or 2. I can always add, so I'm putting 1 now, and I'm gonna process it. And if it gets really thick and the machine is not working, just add a little bit of lemon or a bit of water up to the tip. way through, give it a stir, see how it looks, and also give it a taste to see how you like it. I myself like a good strong taste of lemon in my food, so make sure you're using a clean fork or a spoon or whatever you got. Take a bite. It needs a bit more tahini, so I'm using all my tahini. Yep, that went out. And a tiny bit more of lemon and a sprinkle of salt. And again, it's going back to be whisked. Let's give it a stir. Let's see how it's looking. Looking really good. Let's try another bite. Very creamy. As I said, I like the lemon taste, so I'm adding a tiny bit more. Right, so just as a comparison of what you do at home and what you buy from the shop, I bought this from the local supermarket, which is about 300 gram, and it's gone up now to £1.35. All this that I made is in the same price. So the whole lot is the same price as this. That's double the amount, if not even more. The lemon is about 60p. 2 tins is 60p, that's £1.20. This one is £2.30, but I actually lost you for 3 lots. So that's quite a very, very good way of making food, especially these days. As we know, it's quite hard for everyone. I am very, very happy with this. So that, take it off. Your Tupperware box, and goes in the fridge. Now traditionally, when I used to make this back home, we used to add garlic to it, but we consume quite a lot of it, so it won't last that long. Adding garlic, you have to consume it within 2 to 3 days maximum, because it goes off. This one, it would last you a good week in the fridge, and it will not go off for that time. It's just the normal vegetables, which is the chickpeas. That goes in. And the good thing as well on top of this one, as some of you, I know the year 10, especially some of the year 10, one of them actually asked me about a recipe how to make it, because they started buying some of the brands and having it at school. And I used to buy the same brand, which I'm not going to call, they don't want to be sued. And what they use is, rather than using fresh lemon or lemon juice, they use citric acid to give it that flavor. Citric acid doesn't work well with the stomach, so the last couple of times that I bought it actually had a really bad reaction. My stomach was really in agony throughout the whole day because of the citric acid. So I don't use that, I only use fresh ingredients. With that, that's ready. Full Tupperware box for the same price of this. So that's about good 700 gram to this double in the same price. Now for those of you who thought, oh that's boring, healthy, I don't like it, what you're gonna miss is on the next one. Wait till I wash up, I will be back. Right, welcome back. For those of you who are still watching, this is as a big massive popular demand apparently on my email this morning, people asking for cheesecake. So I am making a cheesecake. Yes, not my favorite, but I know a lot of you ladies like to know how to make it. So what we need, I need digestive biscuit, I need butter, that's to make the base, which is basically a massive biscuit. I need double cream, not the healthiest, and I need Philadelphia cheese, and then any flavor that you want to do, and I will show you what I'm going to be doing with mine. You need a tin, a loose tin, so that you can actually open it. Unfortunately, I can't find the bottom on mine. So, what am I going to do? Doesn't matter, because the kids most likely going to have a spoon and just go for it. So I'm using one of these dishes where I'm going to make the cheesecake in there. I'm not cutting it, I'm not serving it in a restaurant. It's just the kids going to be eating it, and you know, the family. No one is coming around, everyone is away from each other. It's very hard, we don't see each other at all. So it's quite good. So what I need is, I need 200 gram of biscuit to 100 gram of butter. That's 100 gram. If you put too much butter, it will get really hard, so you don't want to do that. If you put less butter, you're gonna end up with a crumble, as you know. Okay, so butter, I'm gonna melt it on a medium to low heat. I don't want to burn the butter, I just want to melt it. My biscuits, of course you can measure if you want, but that's easier to do, as this is 400 gram, so half of it is the 200 gram that I'm looking for. One more or one less, it's not going to make any difference. If you haven't got a food processor, just put it in a plastic bag, wrap it with a tea towel and smash the life out of it. You're very angry now, you can't see your friend, you haven't seen them for a long time, you're frustrated. Take it out on that, not on your mom or your parents or anyone else. Be happy. So if you hear the butter sizzling, that means it's too hot. Reduce the heat, stir it. So that's ready, looks crumbly. I've just smashed the life out of the biscuits. That's all I need to do. My butter is nearly melting. Now I can keep an eye on it. Get my spoon, just stir it, break it down. don't bring it to the boil. You're literally just melting the butter to make it into liquid. That's all. So you can combine it. Because what I'm trying to do, as I explained to some of you, is making a massive biscuit out of the butter and the crumbs. Because that's how biscuit is made. Basically flour and butter. But if I want to do flour and butter, then I have to bake it, which that's what we do when we do the New York cheesecake. This is European cheesecake, which is no baking whatsoever in that. I'm just mixing the ingredients and putting it together. Combine it really well. Make sure that all the biscuit is covered with butter. And if there is any big lumps, take it out. Luckily there is none here. Don't throw it away, you can have it, it's fine. Yeah. I got a feeling that this is a smaller one. Anyhow, it will work somehow. And just make it flat as a big square biscuit. So Miss H, I expect to see a video of you doing that, as you've been nagging me to make a cheesecake. And just press it down so it's combined and sticking together. Make it as flat as you can be. Now if you're using one of these and you got the bottom, make sure you got a grease-proof paper underneath so it doesn't stick and it's easy to get out. But as I said, I don't mind, because there comes my daughter. She smells the cheesecake, she comes in. Yes, they're probably going to be eating it using the spoon. So that needs to go in the fridge to cool down so the butter gets solid again. Right, let's get rid of all this. Make space for the next one. Right, so I'm hoping that you have one of these at home. If you haven't, you can use a balloon whisk. Bit harder to do, as you need to do your muscles quite a lot. But if you're happy with that, that's absolutely fine, as long as you can whisk the cream together with the cheese. So I'm using, how much is this? That's 180 Philadelphia cheese, so it's going to be a light. I'm not using too much of the cheese. That goes in. Don't worry about other recipes that you saw online that tells you this needs to be soft and do this and mix that. Absolute waste of time. Get it all in. Your double cream. It has to be double cream, because if you ask any science teacher, will tell you double cream contains 38% fat, and that fat is gonna make it thick. So when you're actually doing it, whisking the cream, it will become like a whipped cream. Single cream, which is 18%, a lot healthier, but it doesn't work as this. Okay, so all goes in. I might still have some vanilla, which I should. Sugar, you need about 80 grams of sugar, whether it's icing sugar, any type of sugar, whichever you want. If you use icing sugar, just be careful, because it's quite sweet, and sometimes they add starch to it, so it's good for thickening things. Here's my vanilla, found it. Get your vanilla in, and all you have to do now is whisk it for about 5 minutes till it's stiff peak. Stiff peak, that means it's gone thick and you can do any letter or number. So if you can do the number 8 and it stays as it is, that means it's ready. If you go further than that, you're gonna split it. Splitting it, that means you're gonna end up with water on one side and the fat on the other side. It looks like milk has gone off. You know that milk? If you ever seen it, really not good. So just go in. As I haven't measured the sugar, that's why I don't eat too much, because I keep tasting my food. Give it a taste. Could do with a little bit more sugar. You know, what the heck. I'll probably invite everyone tonight. The neighbors will probably take it out with the spoons and say to the neighbors, here we go, because we're all clapping at 8 o'clock and it's a tradition in the whole neighborhood. So, kids won't be happy. Just stir it around so that you're mixing everything right from the bottom to the top on the sides, and you will see within 3 minutes it will start come to life. Right. Just in case for those of you who doubt what I do, a lot of the recipes will ask you to add gelatin. At this point you can add the gelatin. Gelatin, there is no need for it. It's used in commercial because it needs to stay in that shape. When we eat it at home, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be like jello, wobbly and all that stuff. It doesn't. There is no need. Our body can't process the gelatin, so I do not use it at all. Keep going. Splashing the kitchen all over. Brilliant. Guess who's cleaning? Yeah, me. So it's starting to come. Now I'm gonna reduce the speed, and I can see that it's coming along. I can do the S and it stays there, and it gets harder and thicker. And that is what you call cheesecake. Who wants these? Yeah, nah. I'll have it this time. I know you, most of you are wants that, but you're not having it. Now, where's my spatula? Gone. Not good. Can't find it. No. Okay. So, to this, as you know me, I am using frozen fruit. It's quite cheap to buy. I've been buying it for the kids because they like it. with their cereal. So I'm just gonna get a spoon and put, they has been defrosted, so they're not completely frozen. So if you're gonna eat it tonight or in the same day, don't use a frozen one, just defrost it. So there is blueberries, there is raspberries, there's massive strawberries, and they're all quite cheap. And what I started to buy, and probably most of you know, I'm keen on this, I buy what they call the wonky ones. So wonky fruits in the freezer, about £2. You buy a big massive packet like this and you keep it in the freezer and you eat, defrost as much as you want, use and eat. Right, so a quick wash of hands. I know I shouldn't be saying that, I'm rushing because I need to go and fire the barbecue. The kids insisted, because it's a very nice weather, that we have a barbecue. And that's why I'm not doing a proper cooking tonight, I'm doing a barbecue. Just fold it in. You can do it marble. Or you can completely do it. Chuck it all in. And you can see how beautiful that pink color that came out of the natural sugar from the raspberry and the strawberry. These are natural colors. They're not harmful, on the contrary, they are good for us. This is the natural sugar that gives you, they lift you up, make you happy without being miserable and grumpy. And just spread it. It looks like an ice cream. I know you can't see, I will show you in a minute what I'm talking about. Do you want to make it flat? Do you want to make it rustic? You want to make it whatever you want? Who cares? We're eating it. If anyone gonna eat it and gonna judge and say I don't like it, you know what? Don't do it for them anymore, or don't ask them to eat it. Next time you have it by yourself, invite your loved ones. See how beautiful is that? Okay, that's what I'm looking at. And that can stay for about 3-4 days in the fridge, hopefully, unless you got people around like my kids and myself who probably gonna finish it in 2 days, because most of the cupcakes have gone. That goes in the fridge. I'm gonna clear up and tidy up. Enjoy it. Stay well, stay safe, stay tuned. If you need any recipe that you're struggling with, or any recipe you wanna learn, please email me on the school email, and I'm more than happy to do my best to show you. Take care. Bye bye.